Hey guys, for indoor planting this week, we have to plant our kale, collards, mustard, and cabbage. Let me show you what I'm planting this year. I'm going to be planting a few heirlooms. First off is I have cabbage, okay? This one's called Red Express. I wrote spring on here because I have different cabbage I'm going to do in the fall. The other cabbage, that's a red cabbage. Then I'm going to do a plain cabbage. And this is called Early Jersey Wakefield. I'm pretty close to the state of Jersey, so I figured this cabbage would be great for our area. This I'm going to do for the first time this year. I do love kale, but I've never done Dinosaur Kale before, so I'm going to be growing that this year. Also, first time I'm going to try this. I love getting this in restaurants and stuff, so I'm going to also do some collards. The next one is something kind of new for me, is mustard. Now, I'm doing the mustard plant not only to eat ourselves, but we actually, in this room right here, you hear the background noise. We have a few animals, and we have a bearded dragon, which I was reading that mustard is one of the best all-around plants for them to eat. So I figured I'd just throw it in the garden and give it to them. And then I'm going to do some different kale. So I'm going to do, this one's called Blue Scotch Kale. Okay, I did this in the fall and it's really great stuff. And the last one is one of my, the kale that I do all the time, Red Russian. Now I'm probably not going to do a lot of the Red Russian this year because I usually let the Red Russian plants go to seed, and I usually have tons of it come up as volunteers, and then I just pick a few and put them into position and everything. So I'm not really worried about getting too much of the Red Russian because I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot in my garden to begin with. But I do want to get an early start on just a few plants. Okay, so let me show you how it's done. It's very similar to how I've been showing the other plants. I'm just going to put them into one of these trays. Now, this one doesn't have any cells. So I'm just going to put the seeds in there, scatter them around, and then I got, for the cabbage, I'm going to put it in these cells over here. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to do our collards. It's going to go into one of these, and I'm just going to kind of scatter a bunch of seeds around in this one. No particular order, not trying to do anything fancy. I'm just spreading them around, and then I can thin it later if I get too many, but I'd rather do more than not have enough. The next little one here, I'm going to do some mustard greens, so I'm just going to scatter it around. There you go. And here's my Dinosaur Kale, so I'm going to put it in the last tray here. I found that kale is really easy to grow from year to year too. Just let it go to seed in the second year. And then you can have plenty of seeds for the following year. Finish these up. Just going to cover those seeds up with a little bit more soil. And these are ready to go into my trays where I water them from the bottom, just like the one you see right behind them. And I'm going to just label them, so I don't forget what I planted. Now we're going to go into the cabbage. Okay, in this first tray here, we're just going to do our red cabbage. So I'm just going to put a couple seeds, press them into the middle here. If you want, you can always take something and poke a hole in there and then just cover it up. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do with all these here. Quickly go along and tamp these down. And I'm just going to try to put 2-3 seeds in each spot here in the middle. I'll thin it out. I try not to be too stingy with the seeds. I'd rather get 2 come up and then have to thin it out than nothing at all. Okay, and then we're just going to cover these up. Now let's go into our early Jersey. We got the indentations in there. So we are just going to drop a few seeds in. Man, this is a great time of year. I just love doing this. It just reminds me of spring and summer. We have all those wonderful greens out there. Get away from the store-bought junk, right? Okay, so we're gonna just put these in here, close it up, and these are gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna put them in our trays with a little bit of water. Well, these are ready. If you're in 6B, this is the time, this week is the time to start planting your cabbage, your mustard, your kale indoors. So get out and get it done. All right, guys, if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, like it, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.